is we're seeing more and more digital asset treasuries pop up. What's different about this one? How is this going to perform differently?
Yeah, I think the scale is number one. If you look at the ratio of the funds coming in versus the market cap, this is just unprecedented.
We want to talk about treasury companies. Did Cronos just hit the largest treasury play of this cycle? You know, it sounds crazy when you think about how much Bitcoin Michael Saylor's been buying and how much Tom Lee, how much they've been buying with Ethereum. But we're talking about the president of the United States company. And although he does not have a direct impact on day-to-day business operations, it's got the Trump name behind it. And so, wow. I mean, we'll dig into this in a second. If you're a Cronos holder, shout out and congrats to you. Take a look at the bubbles. Obviously, massive gain off the back of this news. Cronos, the biggest gainer on the day, up 24.3%. This massive God candle you have here with volume, and you could just take a look. Market Cipher B actually told us this is going to happen. We'll get back to the chart here in a second. Let's go back to the video with Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, and he kind of goes on to explain. And well, let's take a listen to what he had to say.
If you took a larger token as an example, if say a company that is running a digital asset strategy on ETH would announce something like this, that would require them to buy up like $400 billion of ETH to have a similar level of impact. So this is just an insane scale of this endeavor. I think this is number one. Number two is that, you know, we've seen a lot of these digital asset trading companies, treasury companies showing up, and it's basically a race for the door. I think if you look at how this deal has been structured, all founding partners, including Crypto.com and Trump Media Group and Yorkville, and the management of the entity that will run this business moving forward, everybody's locked up. We're talking about 4-year lockups, full lockup for 12 months. And then.
Okay, interesting. A couple points Chris made. Number one, he's talking about ETH has a treasury, Bitcoin, but their market cap is so high, you need a lot more money to move the price. No, he didn't specifically say that, but that's what he meant. And so when you talk about Cronos, what is the market cap of Cronos, by the way? The market cap of Cronos is $6.8 billion. I'll put it to you this way. The amount of money that they're looking to put into this treasury is equal to the entire market cap of the coin. So obviously it's going to have a bigger impact. Now, the details as far as how they're going to buy, when they're going to buy, I haven't watched the Chris video in its entirety because I wanted to give my raw reaction to the people watching this video. Maybe he explains it in there, but as far as I know, we don't know the details of how they're going to buy, when they're going to buy. Is it going to be steady? Is it going to... So a lot of things still to come, but again, just the news is massive. There's about a minute left of this video. Let's keep listening to what Chris has to say.
And gradual unlocks every 6 to 12 months. So we are, as founders of this project and as backers of this project, we firmly believe in its success, and we're happy to sign up for multi-year lockups. I think it's hard to find anything like this out there today in the market, and I think people will find this to be really differentiated. The other part of it, which is very exciting and interesting, is that now this, upon completion of this business combination, there will be about 6.3 billion CRO within that company. These funds can be staked to generate yield. So that opens a set of new opportunities as well. So it's all very exciting and highly differentiated.
Oh, man. Very rarely do I not have anything to say. Very rarely am I at a loss for words, but this is pretty big. And I think it gets better. So here you have the actual announcement. I know Chris talked about it in the video. Here's the announcement from Crypto.com. When I first saw this, it was on a different page, a different handle tweeted something like this. I was like, "There's no way!" Like the Trump thing, what? And then here we go. Today's a historic day for CRO token. Trump Media Group CRO Strategy has announced $6.4 billion in funds to build America's Cronos Treasury. At closing, Trump Media Group CRO Strategy is expected to be the world's largest holder of Cronos. Read the press release. We watched the video, so we're not going to read the press release. And then this was from Cointelegraph, kind of given an outsider's perspective. So Trump Media, Crypto.com, and Yorkville are launching the $6.42 billion treasury, holding around 19% of the supply. And you heard what Chris said, staking it to earn rewards. Hence, you're removing, let's say they stake all of it, you're removing $6.5 billion worth. You're removing the entire market cap of where your coin currently sits from sell pressure and into staking. That's pretty massive, but it doesn't end there. Looks like these two were made for each other, Cronos and Trump. We're excited to share that Crypto.com and Trump Media have partnered to make CRO a utility token of Truth Social. In line with the partnership, Trump Media will purchase approximately $105 million in CRO for its balance sheet. Now, to my understanding, this is in addition to the $6.4 billion, but also the integration. They had Solana, they had Ethereum, they had XRP. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, XRP's got the XRP ledger. And they went with Cronos to be the utility token of their own social media platform. Guys, this is massive news. I mentioned earlier, Market Cypher B told you this was coming. What do I mean? Those of you that have Market Cypher B, if you don't, you should. It's worth the money. You'll make your money back. I'll show you two strategies. One is called an anchor wave, trigger wave setup for a long and a short. And well, here was the signal. You have a momentum wave that extended below our oversold line. Solid, oversold solid with a green dot. That is your what's called an anchor wave. The second is a much smaller momentum wave, and this is called a trigger wave. Excuse me. Now, the important thing here is it has to be small relative to the size of this one, kind of like this, and it has to have a red dot, and it has to be on the same side of the previous momentum wave. And so the idea here is you get this signal, you go to the chart, okay? This is the candle that the signal popped in. So we would have entered on this candle right here, and well, up to the wick, that's a 40% move. For when Market Cypher was telling us that this move was coming, multiply that by your leverage, that would have probably paid your bills for the entire month, depending on how much you trade with. But obviously, guys, massive move here. Now, a lot of resistance at essentially current cycle high, which is 22.8 cents. The one thing we might see, this might turn in to just a massive daily cup and handle pattern. If this plays out, this could take 2 to 3 weeks for the handle to play out. This would essentially turn into a falling parallel channel. But that breakout, my friends, if it plays out, I'm not saying it's going to. There's a lot of possibility that it doesn't, yada, yada. But if it breaks out, we're targeting 30 cents, new cycle highs on our ways to making new all-time highs. At the end of the day, the news that just got dropped today is absolutely exciting. FOMO will start creeping in. It's got ties to the name of the president. Crypto.com is already a large platform. Does this give them an in on a lot of other things? And what can this mean if we extrapolate out 3 months, 6 months, 5 years from now? Did Cronos just become not just a cycle-to-cycle play for a lot of people, but a long-term hold play? That remains to be seen. We'll be making more videos on this topic as new information comes out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till the next one. Peace.